Hey Simmers, I'm back with another speed build. This one is I'm calling my garden house build. I kind of came up with a Sims idea. The sim that I was making for this, they're vegetarian, uh, and they love gardening. I can I didn't really pick out another trait. I just kind of focused on those two. This is a tiny house. It fits into the uh, second level of tiny houses, so it's below 64 tiles. Uh, I did do some cheating on the outside. Here's where I'm trying to see this. It's 2 stories. I had to do some thinking here on how I was going to do this. Don't worry, that corner comes in and out a few times. I thought about doing the bathroom that way. Um, I decided to go with it a little bit different. As you can see, the roof didn't take much to come up with for the roof. The bottom floor is the living area, so it has the kitchen and the bathroom. The upstairs has a bedroom and a hallway kind of area that I used for like a desk. You get a little extra space outside because I decided to make this like patio area. I kind of reduced all the for some reason they didn't want to move up onto that, so I kind of had to draw them in because I didn't want to add any more tiles. Yeah, to get upstairs is a ladder. Uh, Eventually, I will put a room up there. I changed my idea on how I wanted the windows. I used a lot of the windows from Snowy Escape. I don't. One of the last things I do is actually paint the outside of the building. Uh, Eventually, the door moves because I'm trying to figure out how to do the bathroom. Yeah, I was kind of confused why there was a bowl of chilies in. Here, uh, it's a small kitchen. I did play test, and then eventually, when you see me the walkthrough at the end, I add an extra counter because for some reason he didn't the when I tried it, the sim did not want to cook in the corner. The bathroom which is downstairs. Here's me trying to work out how I want the upstairs to be a bit. Eventually, I kind of decided to do. It kept on confusing me why the stairs kept on disappearing. The ladder kept on disappearing when I did that. Eventually, when I start thinking about it, I designed the room so it's basically just a bed. Bed will fit in it. I didn't know if they could walk through and use that door, so I eventually changed that layout. I decided to use one of the smaller fridges just to kind of conserve space. Here's me trying to work out how I want the living room to be. I did playtest this entire thing. You can sit on the couch, you can use the table, you can cook, you can use everything in the bathroom, you can use the bed and all the other furniture. I did do that type of playtest beforehand. So the place is fully functional. Here's where I decided to move because I didn't know if it could go through there. There's a lot of here's where I'm trying to figure out everything. I wanted to make sure things were functional, so I wanted to make the hallway usable. I decided against using any of the big desks because I didn't like how they looked. Here's me adding more windows. But I chose to keep the kind of same furniture because I didn't know if they could get around or not. So I went and used. Yeah, I decided against that as soon as I saw the color. It looked hideous. So yeah, they have a laptop, a small TV. Here's where I get very frustrated because for some reason it did not want to come out of Sims 3 view using the buttons, and I was just getting frustrated. But I managed. There isn't as many plants as I normally have in a house just because it is a small house. I didn't want to overclutter that space. But I tried to make sure there's decoration and all that. So the kitchen is pretty simplistic. Here's where I decided to, as you can see, I swapped from the inside to the outside. I decided to use my typical put the plant in the thing. I couldn't get it to sit right, so you're gonna get to watch me like struggle with this for a bit. I think this took me so long because it kept on it wouldn't go the way I wanted it, so eventually I just said screw it. I'll stick one on each side. Here's where I decided to kind of move the house location of the house around a bit. Oh no, I haven't done that yet. But eventually I moved the house around. I changed the layout of this room when I decided I wanted to have a end table to put a light on. It took me a bit to figure out what painting I wanted in there. And having to move. Yeah, there's me moving the house. I wanted a bigger backyard. So this is kind of where I start to see, you can see all these extra planters. I stuck some of the, I still have never actually played with those. I couldn't figure out where the beehive was. I saw it earlier and then I couldn't find it. So yeah, you have this backyard area and a pathway. So yeah, the floors are a lot of gray. I can't remember. Did I actually? Yes, I did do the floor in the bathroom. So here's where I decided I want an end table and rearrange the room a little. Eventually, a lamp was on that. I wanted to make sure the hallway had something in it. I forget what I was looking for there. Oh yeah, I was gonna put a laundry basket so it's gonna stick that out there. I don't think I put the right laundry basket out because my sim did try the shower and no clothes ended up in the basket as far as I could tell. And when I clicked on it, it didn't show anything. Now here's where I start getting. So yeah, the rest of the apartment's has like a lot of gray walls. So I just wanted to have something make it a little bit different. And here's where I just copy everything into the floor and that. Uh, yeah, trying to find everything I needed. It was so easy once I realized that was on an outer wall, so I could drop the rest of the walls to get everything else put into place. Here's the right shelf. I know I've been asked about I should put the link to it in my thing, and all you do is you adjust it to the height of the shelf that you want it, and then just move and put the objects where you are. That's pretty much how I do it. So if I want something, it makes it easier to do some of these shelves units. I just put it at the same height as a normal shelf, and then move the objects that the clutter will click to, and then slowly and time taking put each item onto the shelf the way I wanted it. And then I usually double check with the shelf. Sometimes I change my angle. And here's me doing the second shelf layer. I shrink those down just to make them so they look a little bit like they properly fit on the shelves. Because I've left them on at normal size and it kind of looks like they're floating. Here's where I kind of using it to get onto those lower shelves so I can place stuff a little bit at a better height or put it a little bit closer to the edge of the objects. So that you can see it, because some of the times when you put them on those shelves, they sit so far back that you can't see them. Now I'm looking for the, there. Like I said, they enjoy their fruit. So here's where the change will be when I do the tour. There's an extra shelf there. Fridge is moved over by one because when I went to try to make a salad after lighting the stove on fire and having to replace at least 2 items with my sim when he tested it, I really need to cheat him to have max skills when I go to test. Here's me throwing some dishes out. The fire alarm does go off eventually. When I was doing my playtest, which I cut out because I recorded it all at once. I decided to I had to replace a few things. I decided I wanted to have it so it didn't have the bedroom didn't have a door, so it's just that open tray. I didn't like how those looked, so because they're just free hanging, and I didn't like that. It kind of clashes with the walls at the end now that I think about it. I figure they have a bit of creativity too. So here we get the outside. I didn't like any of the colors, so I just stuck with the base color for that. Corkboard. What else did I put up there? Well, the calendar on it. Decided to add a window there. Eventually see me add trim around the entire outside of the house. And now here's where I kind of went through and I decided to go with the green. Again, going with the whole idea that it was a gardener. So here I start working on landscaping. I know if you put them too close, they clip into the building, into the walls and through the walls. So I had to make sure there's a little bit of a gap. So yeah, a few more planters. Originally I was going to have the bin way over to the far side. But then I decided not to. And I think this is the last few bits of decorations. Trying to find something to stick in there. So yeah, here we go for our tour. I'll point out what I mean when I said I had to move the shelf. I have my sim self somewhere over in the distance. He got punished for setting the house on fire during the testing phase. So instead of going inside the house, we'll just kind of tour the outside. Have a nice backyard. I figured you'd have tools and all that. There's a few other items I could have put out, but now that I think of it, but we'll just go with what we have. It's a small, tight living space. As you can see, the fridge is moved over. The garbage is by the couch now, and you have an extra set of shelves that are empty. Come through here, we go into the bathroom. It's my typical 2x3 bathroom. So everything's along the one wall with that divider from Discovery University separating the shower area. One of the things I could have done was raised it up on a platform by one, because then it counts as a separate room, and it would have been able to be used. The bathroom would have been able to be used by two people. So I figured this is a one-person house. All the color comes from the woods and the plants and the decorations. So leave a like, leave a comment, and until Monday, Susu!